This is the Meta Quest 3, 512 gigabytes, and after living with it, my honest take is that it nails visual clarity and mixed reality fun, but it needs a couple of tweaks to feel truly comfortable for longer sessions. Key features that actually matter to me start with the Snapdragon XR2 Gen 2 chip. It's the new processor in here, and the big deal is the graphics punch. Compared to the older Quest 2, load times are quicker, and the headset keeps up with fast action without that mushy blur. The display is a 4K plus setup, 2064 by 2208 per eye, and I could see the step up right away. Text in menus is crisp, distant objects and games hold their detail, and the screen supports up to 120 Hz, which just feels smoother once you turn it on in settings. The new pancake lenses help a ton with clarity across more of the view, and reduce that old looking through binoculars effect. There's also an IPD dial, so I can fine-tune lens spacing for my eyes, which reduces strain and gets the sharpness right in the center. Storage is the other big one here, 512 gigabytes. From my experience, that's the move. Modern titles are getting hefty, and I don't want to babysit my library and delete stuff every week. I loaded a bunch of big games, the handful of MR apps, and still had room. Mixed reality is where this headset stands out. It uses dual RGB color cameras for pass-through, and when my room is bright, it feels natural to pin a giant screen in front of me while still seeing my surroundings. I watched a video while tidying up, pulled up productivity apps, and even checked my phone without taking the headset off. If you're new to this, pass-through just means the headset shows you a live view of your space through its cameras, so you can blend digital stuff with your real room. In good lighting, I can read labels and see small UI elements clearly. In dim or yellow lighting, the feed looks noisy and soft, and quick head turns can introduce warping around edges. It's usable, but the magic definitely fades unless you light the room well. In my opinion, MR here is seriously fun and surprisingly practical, but it's sensitive to lighting and your movement style. Comfort is where my first concern popped up. The headset is slimmer, which is great, but the stock soft strap puts most of the weight on the front of my face. For short sessions, it's fine. After an hour or so, I felt pressure on my forehead and cheeks and had to keep adjusting. Swapping to a rigid strap with a rear battery made a night and day difference. That counterbalance takes the load off the face and locks the view in place, so I don't have to over-tighten. If you plan to use this often, I'd factor in a strap upgrade. Battery life for me lands around the 2+ hours Meta claims, depending on how hard I push it. Mixed reality with bright pass-through or 120 Hz drains faster. I got used to topping off the battery during breaks or using an external pack. Small tip, keeping the charge between roughly half and full, and not storing it empty has helped maintain performance over time. The redesigned Touch Plus controllers are another highlight. Losing the big tracking ring sounds minor, but it matters. My hands can get closer together without knocking plastic, which makes aiming and reloading motions feel better. Haptics are more nuanced. I notice little texture cues and resistance pulses that add to the sensation without being buzzy or fake. Tracking has been reliable around my play area, and the headset seems better at keeping up when I move quickly, especially in brighter rooms. For pure VR gaming, the clarity jump is immediate. I bumped many titles to 120 Hz where supported and preferred it. On PC with Quest Link, I pushed the render resolution higher and tuned anti-aliasing to keep things sharp after compression. If that sounds technical, the short version is a powerful PC, a solid cable or strong Wi-Fi, and a bit of settings tinkering can make PC VR look fantastic on this headset. I also noticed the onboard audio is louder and fuller than Quest 2. Spatial audio cues are easier to place, and for late-night runs, I just plug in headphones with a 3.5mm jack. Storage deserves a second mention because it changes how I use the headset day to day. Apps are getting bigger, and MR titles often bundle high-res assets. With 512 gigabytes, I stopped managing installs like a suitcase before a trip. It's perfect for people who rotate through lots of games and keep a library of media for offline use. From my experience, anything less starts to feel cramped faster than you'd expect. A couple of small realities to keep in mind. The lighting dependency of color pass-through is real. If you plan to use MR often, invest in brighter, neutral lighting for your play space. Also, movement quality matters. Deliberate head motion keeps the pass-through cleaner, while snapping your head around can cause distortion at edges. One more caution from my own use pattern. Traveling across regions can sometimes trigger account security flags. I haven't personally lost access, but I've seen credible reports of temporary store lockouts tied to automated checks. If you travel a lot, make sure your account details and two-factor settings are squared away before you go. It's perfect for anyone who values visual clarity, wants real mixed reality tools that work best in good light, and expects to build a big library without shuffling files. It's also great for fitness sessions where the slimmer front makes movement feel less bulky. And for PC VR fans who want a sharp wireless or tethered display with 120Hz support. I'd recommend this for enthusiasts upgrading from Quest 2, creators and researchers experimenting with MR, and newcomers who want a premium standalone headset that won't run out of storage as games get larger. If comfort is important to you, plan for that rigid or battery strap right away. If you care most about MR, brighten your space and you'll get the best of it. In my opinion, Meta Quest 3, 512GB, earns its spot as a top-tier standalone headset because of the combination of sharp optics, a powerful chip, practical mixed reality, and roomy storage. It's not flawless out of the box. The strap and battery are the two things I changed my approach on, but once I addressed those, the experience clicked. In conclusion, the Quest 3 512GB feels like a confident step forward. Key features that sold me were the 4K Plus display, the XR2 Gen 2 performance, the color pass-through when a room is bright, and the redesigned controllers. From my experience, those things add up to a headset I reach for more often, whether I'm gaming, watching, or placing virtual screens around my room. If this video helped, subscribe for more real-use reviews and drop your questions in the comments. Thank you for watching.